Here in the San Diego sector, they have a primary border fence as well as a secondary border fence, creating an enforcement zone, which gives agents more time to respond to unlawful entries. The University of California and the World Trade Center San Diego did a study a couple of years ago, and they said some $26 billion of goods was exported out of California into Mexico, and that also in turn supported around 500,000 jobs as well. Now, despite the legal challenges that remain, the Department of Homeland Security still has a stated goal of completing 500 miles of border wall by the end of 2020.
He's not taking money from Monsanto. He's not taking money from ExxonMobil. He's not taking money from, you name it, not taking money from Big Pharma.
Prop 6 was the attempt of the people to put Sacramento in check. It did not happen at the ballot in November. Why do you think the yes vote didn't prevail?
Because people didn't know what they were voting on.
You went, well, right along, as we call it, with these folks, get a taste of what it's like for the agents along the border.
Well, that's right, Graham. I did spend some time with our men and women in uniform here at the southern border. It's a tough job, especially with the rise in apprehensions.
We've had over 18,000 apprehensions so far. That accounts to about 150 apprehensions on average a day.
Border Patrol agents in San Diego, California say unlawful entries into their sector of the U.S.-Mexico border are on the rise.
Given the current pace, we could see around 55 to 56,000 apprehensions. So that's up a little bit from last year, which last year we saw, I believe, around 38,000 apprehensions.
And some of these increases are due to the waves of migrant caravans making their way up from Central America. In addition to actively watching for unlawful entries, agents say they also look for signs along the border to see where breaches or attempted breaches of the border may be happening. This includes looking for razor wire that has been pushed down or, in this case, has carpet put over it. Agents also look for spots in the primary or secondary fencing which may have been cut through, like these sections, which have been patched up. Agents also keep an eye on areas of the border which currently do not have a barrier in place.
This area is a remote area, but it's a focus as well. But in this area, we can use other technology, sensors, cameras, and agents and patrolling to help enforce the area.
And while our cameras were rolling, we witnessed migrants make an unlawful entry through the mountainous terrain and then surrender themselves to agents.
They'll be put under arrest, taken back to the station, cared for appropriately, and the process will start.
One of the migrants then displayed symptoms of heat exhaustion and was offered medical assistance by agents.
Every single Border Patrol agent is a first responder. We do have additional agents who are trained as EMTs, paramedics along that line. That becomes difficult at times, but it's a challenge that is met every single day by Border Patrol agents here in San Diego sector.
And as agents on the front line will tell you, their job is difficult but important.
We hope people see that our job is dynamic. It's an important job. It's a difficult job, from anything working nights and weekends and holidays, shift work, encountering violence at times, but also being aware of our surrounding and being able to jump in and help people who are in need, no matter where they're from.
And with nearly 25,000 apprehensions here in the San Diego sector so far this year, it is indeed a tough and thankless job. Graham?
Interesting that you...
The 2020 election cycle is already full underway, and one of the big names who's trying to vie for the Democrat nomination is holding a rally here in San Diego. I talked with some of Sanders' supporters and asked why he's the man for the job and about some of the issues he's raising in his campaign.
I am supporting Bernie Sanders because he supports all the people, and he's standing up for policies that support everybody, such as universal health care.
He's not taking money from Monsanto. He's not taking money from ExxonMobil. He's not taking money from, you name it. Not taking money from Big Pharma.
I'd support anyone who could get Trump out of the White House.
I love his consistency and his policies. They're not only consistent, but they're progressive, and I've lived under Republican rule long enough.
You need somebody like Bernie, who's been doing it for a while, and his track record proves it, and who can go in there and fight for those, again, who need the help and give it back to the people that really support this country and build this country, not the ones that are just stealing from the top and leaving everybody else in the waste.
The fact is, his message appealed to everyone, Republicans and Democrats, that we're being ripped off, and that the only chance for taking back our democracy is to end corporate rule over nearly every aspect of our government.
Well, he's talking about justice across all the issues, whether it's economic justice, social justice. He's always been on the right side of history, man. This is the leader America needs right now.
And Senator Sanders will be holding rallies in Los Angeles and San Francisco this weekend as well. Eddie McCoven, One America News, San Diego.